G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today I'm taking on board Cunard's Queen Anne cruise ship, which is quite a new vessel, launching in 2024, and as part of its kind of global reveal, it came through the beautiful harbour of Sydney in Australia, and I jumped on board. Now in this video, I'm going to give you a tour of what this vessel has to offer, and it's pretty impressive when you look back at the Cunard history. This is actually the 249th ship, I believe, to sail under the Cunard banner, going all the way back to 1840 when the company started in Liverpool. Now, it's a mid-sized ship holding around 3,000 guests. It's kind of in that premium range, so not right up to the luxury level, but definitely above the kind of mainstream cruise ships. Now, I was invited on board because they were doing a celebration to honour the entry of Queen Anne into Sydney Harbour. Cunard does have a strong and revered history sailing into the harbour. And you will see some of the areas decked out for that party. So that explains that for you. But I was given a bit of a tour by some of the Cunard staff, which you'll also see. And then I snuck off and had a look at all the other places that I didn't see on the tour. So we're going to give you as much of an overview as you can, in case you're thinking of jumping on the vessel, if you're just curious, or you've already booked your ticket and you can't wait to get on board. So let's go. Okay, so here we are. I've just embarked, and you embark on deck 2. And straight away to, or in our case, your left, is the grand lobby. And we're going to come back to this. We're going to circle back around to the grand lobby as we go around this tour. What you can see there, very beautiful. There's the piano as well there. There's lots of little spaces in this ship which are absolutely gorgeous. What we're going to do actually is turn towards the bow and head down to the spectacular Queen's Room. So this is, I've just got on board and I was literally looking around. You can see shore excursions there as well. And yeah, obviously a very new ship, and you'll see that in a lot of the details and just the way the lighting, the way the spaces work. It's got contemporary for a lot of other cruise lines you'll see, considering this is such an old line, Cunard. Here's the Queen's Room. So this is an awesome space, a performance space, a hangout space. It goes over 2 decks, so it goes from deck 2 up to deck 3. Lots of different seating options, as you can see, couches, tables, chairs. They do like ballroom dancing in here to a live band. I've seen that unfold. And it's just a kind of unique, really, to have such a large open area and space right in the middle of the ship. And yeah, what I've seen it used for is performances and for dance, so like dances with guests. But that is the Queen's Room. Now from there, we're going to head up to deck 9, to the Artisans Foodhall. So this is your buffet, your main buffet experience. And this is what I tend to do every time I get on a cruise ship. It's usually around lunchtime. You're usually pretty hungry. You know you're going to get good food as soon as you get on board. Often your room's not ready. Someone else has got all your luggage. So you walk in, you have a quick look left and right, and you head straight up to the buffet and get into the food. So this is exactly what I did when I got on board. And right now we're just going to take you through not only the space, you can see there, pretty well lit, lots and lots of seating. It's a 3,000 capacity ship, so you're going to need a fair bit of seating, and you'll see the main restaurant later on has got a stack of space in it. And we're just going to go have a look through it, do an example of what the lunch experience would be like. You can actually see some cereals there left over from breakfast, but we'll walk around, have a look at the various foods, and this will give you a general idea of what the lunch buffet is like, but also that kind of larger Artisans Foodhall buffet experience. So we kind of entered in through about midship, and now we're heading towards the stern. And out the back doors, we're going to land on the aft pool deck. Now this is, you saw the sign there, the Panorama Pool Club. On the maps you'll see it listed as the aft pool deck. And this is where the event that I was actually attending was unfolding. So you can see kind of all the guests mingling there. The beautiful harbour bridge in the background is an unbelievable harbour Sydney, it really is. I love that, you can see that cushioned behind the, well, I might have been focused on something else briefly for a moment there. But the lovely cushioned seating. Yeah. I've got some drinks in my hands.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome aboard the beautiful Queen Anne. My name is Michael. I'm very proud to be the entertainment director aboard this stunning ship. And I just want to say it's so lovely to have you all here today to welcome us all to beautiful Sydney. The welcome that we've had has been overwhelming. And it's lovely to see you all here today to celebrate and enjoy Cunard's brand new 249th ship. We've got a very special welcome to the country performance for us today, along with some additional opening remarks. If you would please help me welcome for this very special welcome to Australia, Yvonne Weldon and Uncle Brendan Karen.
So sun lounges all around the pool. They're not particularly well cushioned. I noticed this on both the pools. We'll show you the main pool shortly. I'll show you the main pool. And not particularly big jacuzzis or hot tubs out here. It's not going to fit a lot of people, but there are other options in the main pool which are bigger. But overall a lovely space, and I love kind of the way that they have that, the deck just above it. I guess that's the deck 10. Seating and stuff that you can also look down the pool area, and a glorious view off the back of the ship, which is always fantastic because, you know, when the ship's actually moving, that's generally going to get your least amount of wind, and then you can, you know, look off the back at where you're leaving and get some spectacular photos. So yeah, not the world's biggest hot tubs and jacuzzis, but a really nice layout, and yeah, a really beautiful space. Now just up on deck 10, above here, you'll find the Aji Wa Japanese Restaurant. And there's a number of restaurants up here. This is the one that we focused on in this tour, which obviously sells kind of Pan-Asian Japanese food, fine dining experience. There's a lot of restaurants in this vicinity, right above kind of the buffet. And it's got this lovely outdoor-indoor seating arrangement as well, which provides lots of flexibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Aji Wa. Aji Wa means harmony of flavors. Aji Wa is a Japanese restaurant, and for now it's a unique concept to Cunard, and also among all Cunard queens, we are only on Queen Anne for now. So what is the menu here? Actually, the guests have to make a reservation beforehand. And as they come, they have three options to choose from. First of all, they can reserve a seat at the sushi counter and have all sushi and sashimi prepared for them in front of them by our wonderful chef Janessa from Tokyo, Japan. Otherwise, if they decide to sit at the table, they have two options. They can go for a la carte menu, where they can choose items one by one up to their preference, or they can choose omakase menu, which is a chef's choice. So this is a beautiful idea just to give yourself away, whatever chef prepares, and you are ready to enjoy it. As for sake, we have many different options for sake as well. With omakase menu, there is actually sake pairing, so they can go ahead and pair sake for every course of that chef's choice menu. Otherwise, I also have 9 different flights where they can learn a little bit more with me about different styles of sake, as well as about different parts of production of it. Also, they can choose to go for our Cunard sake. We are very proud of that product because Cunard as a company owns a rice field in Japan, in Hyogo Prefecture. So for you here, I have 2 bottles on display, and I will just tell you a little bit more about it. For example, our Cunard Junmaida Genjugenshu is a very high quality sake where we have polished rice up to 35%. When I say 35%, that means that 65% of the grain is polished away. So you can imagine you need a lot more rice to prepare this sake. Because we polish the sake so much, it becomes very clear, very smooth, and for example, this particular sake displays sensational pineapple aromas.
Good morning, I'm Janice, and I am the sushi chef currently on board. I just want to explain some of the fishes that we have here. So all the fishes that you see here is all sashimi grade. And all the fishes, this one is come from the Fish Society, which is the most sustainable fishery in UK. So let's start here. This first tray of fish, this one is the otoro, which is the fattiest belly part of tuna, which is bluefin tuna. And this one is the chutoro, 50% fat, 50% of the akami, which is the back of the tuna. And this one is the yellowtail kingfish, salmon, sea bass, ebi prawn, sea bream, tuna, and a house-made pickled ginger as well, and a cucumber for the vegetarian option. And here is the exclusively soy sauce for Aji Wa. This company in Japan has brewing the soy sauce for over 200 years old. So they pass it to generation, and all the battle is fermented minimum by 2 years. We also offer exclusively here in Aji Wa the fresh wasabi. So this one is a fresh wasabi. Luckily, the Dorset UK has it. They have the plantation for the wasabi there, so we get it there, straight from Dorset UK. Yeah, in Dorset UK. Wow. I just prepared some basic if any one of you just want to try. So this one is the vegetarian. This one is with wasabi mayonnaise, cream cheese, mango, avocado, and this brown that you see is a soy sauce that I actually made it. Please help yourself. And this one, some chutoro tuna.
Now, this is still deck 10. There's a little deck area outside. You can see kind of the indoor-outdoor seating there for the restaurants. There's also, some activities out here, some light sports. And it's kind of just a way to get around the ship without kind of going through that restaurant section, a few places to get photos and so forth. But we're going to head upstairs and have a look at deck 11, where it continues round. And here we are up on deck 11. You can see, that's a lovely seat, isn't it? Some more sun lounges up here. Again, no cushioning on those sun lounges, so it's just on the mats. The chessboard, heap of space up here. And as we walk around this space, you'll see we get close to another view off the back of the ship, and the sun bar as well is up here. Again, it's great that they've got this space out here where you can just get a lot of sun, relax and chill, and still get a great view with those kind of glass fencing right out over, whatever port or experience you happen to be going past in your cruise ship. So many sun lounges, and there we are looking back down from deck 11 past deck 10 to deck 9, where you can see that awesome cushioned area and the great back pool. Now going back along deck 11, so that's the chessboard right down the corner there in the left corner you might have seen in the distance. If we head the other way towards the bow, we're going to head into the Grill Terrace. Now the Grill Terrace is an exclusive area that's available to people sleeping in the Queen's Grill Suites or the Princess Grill Suites. So it's kind of your, VIP or higher class, first class experience. You can see in here straight away, one of the big differences, the sun lounges have cushions in this area. So you get a much more relaxing experience. You've got, kind of mini pool / jacuzzi experiences up against the glass windows. so you got a good view. There's a bar up here, of course. There's a lot of space up here, much nicer cushioned seating. And yeah, and it's protected in the midship on both sides, so you got a bit of protection from the wind. Here's a look at the menu up here, just so you can get an idea of, you know, what you might be spending if you're having a drink up here. And these kind of prices are reflected elsewhere in the ship too. It's actually a huge place, the Grill Terrace. It takes up a lot of surface area up the top there. But obviously we just looked at the sun bar, so there's still heaps of upper deck space for guests who aren't in that class to be able to experience the views and everything. And once you come out of the Grill Terrace and you're walking towards now the bow of the ship, that view continues. Here you've got what they call the wellness studio. So this is where you're going to be doing some of your classes. Later on I'll show you the fitness centre and so forth as well. And this looks down onto the main pool. So it's quite a long vessel actually. Now I love the layout of this main pool area. You've got 3 levels basically, so that's way down on deck 9. You can see deck 10 all the way around, sweeping around the pool. You can see deck 11. You've still got some activities on the side. You saw the big screen overlooking the pool as well. And as we get closer, you'll see kind of the various hot tub sizes as well. Again, so they call this area the Pavilion. So there's a pool grill as well as the bar down here. So there's the bar. You can see the grill's on the other side. We'll circle back around to that. And I love this spiral staircase as well. It's a beautiful looking ship. It really does look like a lot of effort's been put into looking beautiful, but it's still super functional, which I like. And obviously the roof can be closed in inclement weather. Nice big pool space. Got lots of room for the splashing, so you get some waves. And just the way it kind of looks down on you, that double story all the way around, I think just creates a really nice atmosphere. Makes you feel like you're in something with a lot of scale and opulence. And a big screen down there as well. As we walk up here, as well as you might see the accessibility cranes there, so to help people get into the water who might be struggling with mobility. We also have a couple of different sized hot tubs, so to give you a bit of flexibility for bigger groups or to squeeze in. So it's kind of a cool layout having the 3 of them there like that. I think they've done a pretty good job. And then in this corner here is where you're going to see the Pavilion Grill. So that's kind of going to be like your, I don't know, fast food seems like the wrong word, but kind of your pub food, easy access, don't have to get out of your costume style, I want to feed location. Cunard Queen Anne. Okay, so now we're heading up to deck 12. That's right, it keeps going. So as you can see, we're right up now, even higher again above the pool. And there's another space up here to kind of have a look around, get a view. You can see there's another set of steps going up again. If you go up there, you'll find yet another bar, as well as some paddle tennis, table tennis, a putting green, and there's also some more viewing off the front of the ship, and I really like that. It's always great if you have a space up top where guests, regardless of class, can get to the front of the ship and look out at where they're going with no wake. That's my favourite place to get photos, and not all ships allow you to do that. They often section that area off for their highest class guests. So up here inside of deck 12, as well as some cool art, you're going to find the Admiral's Lounge. And you've got Admiral's Lounge, and you've also got the Churchill's Lounge, and these are just very quiet spaces, a bit more what's the word, old school, and tie into Cunard's rich history. And as you can see, smart attire up here, so no walking up here in your swimmers. Here's your Churchill's. I'll show you inside there. Feels a bit like a cognac lounge, a smoking lounge, cigar lounge, kind of got that kind of vibe going, and space potentially to play some cards or sit down and relax and have a chat in a very quiet space. And you can see there some of the cigars. And then through here, we have the Commodore's Club. So this is right at the front of the ship. It's got a beautiful bar. I do love the colour scheme, not just here, but as we get down and you have a look down through kind of the grand lobby and into that, this kind of navy blue with the whites and a lot of the space. I really do love the colour scheme they've gone for in many of the areas of this ship, and these big circles on the rooftop as well just look beautiful. And of course, there's lots of alcohol.
Cocktails comes from inspirations of our famous Commodores who've been sailing with us for a very long time. One of them is the 10 course, which is served. This comes from the dessert or in the Titanic, or the 10 course, which is peach and chartreuse. So, but the good side there is this cocktails comes from the inspiration of our Commodore Arthur Rostron, who runs the Carpathia, owned by Cunard, who saved those who survived the Titanic. So that's the good side, the story of this. But we have also Commodore Masterclass, so I tell that story to the guests when they want to know more about. And also here, the connoisseur selections. Soon as the bottle, the last drop left, no more replacement. There's only one on board. That's it. Feel free to take a picture.
Can we try one?
You can smell it.
You can smell it.
You can smell it. How's that going to work?
Oh, I like that one. Arthur,
So definitely one of the nicest places to come and chill out and have a drink after a huge day out in port or whatever you've been up to. And yeah, so that's the Commodore's Club. And as you can see, a great view out the front. Now also up on deck 12, just near the Commodore's Club, you'll find the library. So again, another generous space. This is pretty much opposite that Churchill's cigar room. Big selection of books, lots of little nice cool knickknacks, a lot of big windows with the seats facing out. Again, a really lovely space to just relax and give yourself some time to chill out. And right next to that is the opposite, the baby zone. So I didn't go in here for obvious reasons with kids on board, but you can get a bit of a look there at what the baby zone experience is. It's got an indoor and an outdoor, so it kind of goes out to an outdoor deck, so kids aren't necessarily inside the whole time. Okay, now we're going to drop down to deck 3. And here we are at the front of deck 3, which is where you're going to find the Royal Court Theatre. And you know what? There's so many beautiful things in this ship, especially I've already shown you the Queen's Room, for example. But the theatre itself is probably the least, I guess, visually spectacular theatre on any cruise ship I've been on. It looks more like a lecture theatre, doesn't it? But this is where the shows are going to take place. And yeah, kind of not the greatest looking space, but it is functional, and it's all about the show at the end of the day, and the seats don't look too bad, do they? But from here, we're at the bow, we're going to start heading down towards the stern. First, a quick glimpse out at the Promenade Deck, where you find your lifeboats and your tenders. And then we're going to start walking through the guts of the ship. So this is the kind of the casino area, also known as room 1840. So named after the date that Cunard first began operating, 1840, in Liverpool. And yeah, it's not a huge casino. Look, I know it's a big thing for a lot of people. It's not a big thing for me personally. It's kind of a space that you got to walk through, but it's also not in your face, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so if we head through here out of the casino, we will move towards the shops. There's quite a lot of boutique shopping to do here on the Queen Anne from Cunard. And that's, you can see now we're on deck 3. Before we were down on deck 2 when we came in, and we're in the Queen's room there. Now we're up on deck 3 and we're walking around. So you can see there's some seating up here as well. It looks down on that performance space, and it's surrounded predominantly by shops. And there's a run of shops here. There's more shops as you kind of get down towards the grand lobby. I think it's a beautiful space, but there is a lot of real estate dedicated to shops on the Cunard Queen Anne. Okay, well let's jump a little bit further down towards the back of the ship. Going through now our midship elevator space. And then we're going to head into the grand lobby. Now we saw the grand lobby briefly earlier when we were down on deck 2. This is the grand lobby space from deck 3. And you can see those navy blues I was talking about before starting to come back in. I love these lobby spaces, these atriums, they're beautiful. You can see it goes all the way down to deck 1. So you've got deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. We're gonna make our way down through there, don't worry. But nice big open space. That's the Carinthia Louge, sorry, over there. Well, it's a bar as well. Lovely big open area. Heaps of breathing space, more shops as you can see, running along the outside of it. So Cunard's Queen Anne's kind of gone for that, it's kind of hub spaces running down the length rather than that giant open big kind of promenade space you might see on a Royal Caribbean or an MSC. This has more kind of separate areas that aren't necessarily connected together. It's not a big open continuous space, and so I think that actually makes everything feel a little bit more intimate. You kind of lose some of that scale, but it makes it feel a bit more intimate. So we're still here on deck 3 and we're heading back towards the back of the ship still. You're going to go through the photography area. It looks like they've got the eye experience, and you can get the eyes photographed. This is kind of, I've seen this on a lot of cruise ships. It seems to be quite popular. They charge way too much for it. And at the back of the ship, we're going to Britannia Restaurant. So we're on deck 3 now, but that goes down to deck 2 as well. And this is your main a la carte restaurant. So this is where, if you're going to have a sit-down meal instead of opposed to doing the buffet, this is where you're going to come. Very well lit space, nice and open. I love this big central area in the middle. I love those kind of columns. It's very kind of Avatar, isn't it? Like one of the Avatar trees reaches up, and then the lines through the roof and as well down the columns. And a range of seating spaces can hold a lot of people, and good views out the back of the ship as well. So ticking all the boxes. Kind of, I guess, typical of most of the restaurant spaces on your cruise ships, but definitely does look new and beautiful, doesn't it? And I do love that artwork up the columns and onto the roof. It looks very, very cool. Okay, now we drop back down to deck 2, and we're now heading from deck 2 stern now back towards the bow, and we're going to go through the gallery. So this had the Clarendon Fine Art Collection on display when I was doing my little tour. I've got a feeling that collection possibly changes over time, but that's what it happened to be when we were there this time. I do apologise for the flicker. I didn't pick up on that at the time, and I really apologise for that. So much for auto anti-flicker. So the gallery leads back out towards the grand lobby, but first we're going to come across the chart room, which is a lounge slash bar space, very nautical themed as you can see, elegant, lots of splashes of colour, very comfy seating. Another great place to just kind of chill and relax inside if you don't want to be up on the deck. Good views outside as well. I love the little kind of, I guess you could call them chandeliers, but the light work on the roof looks spectacular. The shininess in the walls as well adds a layer of atmosphere, and it's a gorgeous bar. I do like the seating around the bar as well, although sometimes I can find that if that's full, it can be hard to lean in and get a drink. So they should leave a bit of a space, more of a space for people who do kind of those standing orders. And here we are now, one floor down, back in that glorious grand lobby, and you can see some like-minded work on the roof there that we saw in the Britannia Restaurant. So also down here on deck 2 we have the Britannia Club, which you can see through here. I didn't get too nosy in this space, but again I love the way that they've designed this. It's just so elegant, isn't it? It's just beautiful. And if you recall, right at the very start of the video, we embarked on this level, and I briefly looked into this room. So if you continue back down the hallway behind us here, you'll head down towards the Queen's room, and then beyond that there's the Golden Lion bar and eventually the theatre, the Royal Court Theatre. Now I've just dropped down the stairs to deck 1. So it's unusual to go onto deck 1 on a cruise ship. Usually deck 1's way down the bottom and action doesn't really start until you get to deck 3 or 4. But you've got a deck 1 here on the Cunard Queen Anne, which includes the games room. Always a popular space, especially on those world cruises. Opportunity to play against each other, have a social experience, and engage the brain. Again, some various quiet spaces here, not a whole lot going on. Over here you've got the purser's office. This is effectively your guest services, and so you're going to find that down there on deck 1. And as we move across, opposite the games room, we'll come across the drawing room. Now on the world cruises, this becomes the World Voyage Concierge Lounge, or Voyage, sorry, got too fancy there with my own language. So this becomes the lounge for those people who are doing the world cruise. Kind of a quiet space that they can come and mingle. Obviously you're going to spend a lot of time together. But this ship is not always doing world cruises, and when it's not, this becomes the drawing room, which is just another kind of lounge space, almost a bit like a library, but not quite as secluded and secreted away. So that's a look at the, I guess, stern to midship area of deck 1. Now at the front end of deck 1, you've got the Mareel Wellness and Beauty area. So in here, you're going to find the spa, so your massages, your treatments, your hydrothermal suite, which is amazing. It's such a fantastic space. So many different experiences in here to enjoy, just from not only from the giant kind of hot tub experience, but there's various types of steam rooms, showers, the heated concrete or the heated tile seats. Himalayan salt sauna. Bet you didn't expect that. Here's the cold room. So I think that drops down to about 10 degrees, I believe. And you can just jump between these different spaces and kick your body into gear. Pretty handy after the morning, after a few nights on the cocktails. There's your steam room. Lots of space in there, which is good as well. So it's not going to get overcrowded quickly. And a sauna. Now obviously you've got your kind of more traditional spa side of things, which is where you're going to go to get your massages and so forth. Look, they're pricey. but they always are on cruise ships. And if you can afford it though, it's usually a great experience. And here you can see the fitness center and the gym. Pretty large space, a lot of stuff, as you would expect from a brand new ship. Very, very new equipment, good variation of stuff, a lot of cardio, but there's also spaces for you to do kind of stretches and weights, and also a studio, which you can see here. It gives you more space to kind of do classes. So, and free weights and weights as well, so pretty good. All right, there you go. Well, it's time for disembarkation. That's a full tour of the Cunard Queen Anne cruise ship while it was docked in Sydney. I hope that was of use to you. Really beautiful ship. I'm looking forward to getting on board and doing a full review. Until then, please check out my other videos. I'm Chris Ted. Thank you very much for watching. Check you later. You!